So I've been getting some emails from some very staunch USCCA supporters saying that I owe them an apology and I need to come out with another video. So as per request, that's what I'm doing. You guys asked for this. So let me start with the apology. I want to take this opportunity to apologize to Alan Colie, USCCA, and everybody involved for absolutely nothing. Or in the great words of Conor McGregor. You guys think that little Twinkie Dink email is selling anybody that's not as dumb as a doorknob? Okay, why don't we go over it then? So this is from Alan Colie to Tim, and it says, "Dear Tim, I want to address criticism that the USCCA has received about me and the attorney I chose for my case." Ooh, chose is the wrong word, but we'll get to that. "I am a member in good standing with the USCCA and continue to be. With the USCCA, I can have the attorney of my choice. I know I could have requested that the USCCA pay for a private practice criminal defense attorney for my case." Ooh, whoever directed you to write this isn't familiar with the law, but we'll get there. "I chose, once again, Attorney Poliard because he is a great attorney who believed in me and believed in my case. Yes, he's a public defender, and he fought for me and won." No, he didn't. You still have a guilty charge. So he won one of the cases, but he didn't win. Sure, if you want to call it a win, but for me, a win is a full acquittal, not a half acquittal. "I am glad I had the choice and wouldn't change anything about my representation. The USCCA stood by me and continues to stand by me, and I thank them for that. Sincerely, Alan Colie, USCCA member." Let's start with the bottom. What normal dude has USCCA member as their email signature? You guys put this out, and you've had people contact me to, I guess, run interference. People telling me to be careful, and oh man, the truth is coming out. This is truth? Fuck my God, for Alan Colie's sake, I really, really hope it's not. Allow me to explain. Let's start with the attorney I chose for my case. Buddy, you were appointed a public defender. They're appointed by the court from tax dollars. You didn't choose shit. Then he goes on to say, "I am a member in good standing with the USCCA." Okay, so you're telling the USCCA this? Like they don't know? Or was this email meant to hit a bigger population of people? Or was it crafted that way? I would have a hard time believing that the CEO, Tim Schmidt, needs to be informed that you were a USCCA member. Goofy as fuck, dude. And the fact that anyone is buying this is just... Okay, let's get on to the more important stuff. With the USCCA, I can have the attorney of my choice. I know I could have requested that the USCCA pay for a private practice criminal defense attorney for my case. Do you know that that statement is committing perjury? No, you didn't? Okay, well, let's look at Virginia laws for a second. When you apply to have a public defender, you have to fill out a form in Virginia. And that form is under oath, meaning that if you lie on that form, let me read exactly what it says. "The penalty for false swearing with regard to statement of indigence. Any person charged with a felony who shall falsely swear or who shall execute the statement provided, knowing such statement to be false, shall be guilty of perjury punishable as a Class 5 felony in Virginia." Now let's go to what one of the USCCA attorneys is confirming in his comments on his last video. "So I'm on the outside. Genuine questions. Alan had the choice to use his membership covered private attorney and knew all of his options through USCCA. And knowing all of the options available to him, he chose a public defender. Correct." Now, unfortunately for USCCA, they did not look at the court transcripts. Alan Colie said that he chose the public defender, but he was arrested in early April, and the court transcripts show that the public defender wasn't appointed to him until early May. So you're saying that he knew about all of his benefits from USCCA, that he could have used them, but he chose to wait an entire month, decline his USCCA benefits just to use a public defender that hadn't even been appointed to him yet? And people actually bought this. But instead, he risks a Class 5 felony for perjury, which is 1 to 5 years in prison, just to use a public defender instead of his USCCA benefits. And people are believing this. I mean, look at the form that you fill out. See where it says other? there? The attorney that did the, payback video to show that, they're saving face or whatever. That video has no credibility, period. He's giving USCCA credit for something that legitimately never happened. Listen to this.
I believe they posted his bail as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So the USCCA basically downstreamed this entire situation, then got him out of jail.
Have you done any research on this? It is the most talked about thing in the news. The fact that he was denied bail from the moment he stepped in jail to when he was let out for time served. Bail was never ever an option. But here you are saying USCCA bailed him out.
I believe they posted his bail, then got him out of jail.
The fuck are you talking about, man? That just shows you know nothing about this. And you're just taking orders from USCCA. So let me get down to brass tacks, because honestly, I'm done talking about this. This is stupid. There are two outcomes that come from this. One, Alan Colie knew that he had an unlimited defense budget from the moment he called them right after he shot the guy. And he decided to risk being in jail for 1 to 5 years for committing perjury just to use a public defender and not his USCCA benefits. Or USCCA has orchestrated this whole thing and it's a flat out lie. Those are the only two outcomes. And I really hope it's not the first one. Because Alan, you may have written this or had someone write it for you or taken a deal from USCCA just to help them save face. But by doing so, you've admitted to a crime. So for those of you who thinking you're up creek without a paddle, I recommend you go to Attorneys on Retainer and you sign up and you drop whatever else you have. Because Attorneys on Retainer, they don't have insurance involved with this. They're a law firm with a ridiculous amount of experience. They cover bail, which Alan Colie never got from USCCA. They cover your case all the way through trial. You don't have to use a public defender, and they're not going to recommend you use a public defender. Because at the end of the day, you don't have a choice on if you can use a public defender or not. It's protected by law. And also the owner of Attorneys on Retainer, he's a Marine, salt of the earth. And like me, he really gives a shit about the Second Amendment community. That's why this whole thing started. So we're giving you $50 off when you sign up. Also, they just opened their merch store. This is one of them. They got a bunch of other shirts. Go represent your self-defense coverage. And look, if USCCA wants to continue this, that's fine. But you're not going to play me as an idiot, and you're sure as hell not going to play the Second Amendment community as an idiot. And I'll end with this. USCCA, why do you think all of your people who used to promote you on YouTube have stopped abruptly? Why? Maybe it's because the stuff you're selling to people who can't comprehend anything and will just take this at face value. Maybe they're not those kind of people. Maybe they have a brain. You guys asked for this.